Hi Kendra, this is Helen. I just want to go through the changes that we made. First of all, I went ahead and put it out in the S drive, but I put the system that I want you to test. I want you to go into where it says test, and I have the new file import. So let's see if I can do this here. When you download files, I'm not sure if you are able to name it or if it automatically names it for you. But this is how the file that you gave me came across, right? So it was for management and marketing for fall of 2020. And I imagine you want to keep those files, right? But to import it into the system, what I need you to do is, and so like this might be on your personal area and not here out on the S drive. So you would keep this file wherever you normally keep your files. But what I want you to do is to open it up, and it's going to open up in Excel because it's a comma separated file. I need you to do a file, save as. I want you to browse, and I'll write all this up. And then it went to the S drive because that's where I'm at, but what you would have to do is navigate to this drive. I want you to change the name to file import, and then the file type needs to get changed to an Excel workbook. Now when I do it, there's already one there, so it's going to say overwrite, which yours will normally do that. Once you do that, we're just going to keep replacing this file with whatever your new download is, and you would keep your new download separate, right? So, all right, so now that's there, you can get out of that. So I'm going to go ahead and go into this graduation applications test. And it's going to come in different now. So it's going to come up to this screen. And like for you, it doesn't really matter. But for the rest of us, like when I go into work, I'm working on a semester, right? So I'm just going to go ahead and put 2020 fall. And then I'm going to put management and marketing. No, you know what? I'm going to do spring so you can see it. And let's do DMAT. So if I go ahead and do OK, at that point it's going to take me to our new main system. So there's 3 tabs across the top. There's the forms, reports, and system maintenance, which really you and I are the only ones that should go to this green area. So once you put that in, so we're on update forms. So these are the forms that like I use or Shonda uses. I don't know if anybody over in your area use it. I don't know. It doesn't look like there's been any updates for accounting and finance, so I don't know. But anyhow, so over here you can just click and it'll take to the different forms. So you can move through. Okay, so this one I would need a student number. So let's say S007184841. Let's see if that. Okay, that's a bad number. Right? So depending on what kind of activity you want, you can just click down and it's already filtered to the semester and year. So you don't have to keep putting that in. Notice on this I did DMAT. There's nothing that needs reviewed. But let's say I want to change, and so now I'm not doing spring, I want to look at summer. So I'm going to click on this select new year and change it to summer. I'm going to keep it DMAT, and there's no records in there yet. So let's do select. I'm going to say spring, and I'm going to change it to Larry's area. And it looks like he has a bunch that he must not put the review date on there. So like for this report for him is not going to be any meaningful. Like he has no way of knowing. But then you can move over to reports and same thing. Graduates by degree code and then last name, or graduates by name, strictly name order. Graduates not reviewed, which once again for Larry would not be meaningful because they don't put the date in that they review it. Graduates not approved, doesn't have anything in there. And then here's by type, so associate degree, and then by degree code, and then within degree code by name. And then here's a different one that's degrees strictly by name, right? So all the major codes are. For you, you're going to come in here and on this first import update, after you would put your file in there, you would click on this import and it's going to pull in. And if the record doesn't exist, it's going to put the new record in to the graduation table. If it already exists, it will not overwrite it. It will only append if there's no match to it. So once again, this would be, so if I go in here to fall and management and marketing, oops, there's nothing. After you import those records, I'd like you to go back and double check that your management and marketing records show up. So let's say I go into the screen and I decide I don't want any, I can cancel. If you want to get out of the system, you do the exit graduation system. And that's it. So if you could go ahead and give it a test, and if it works, then I'll write up some new documentation and we can go from there. Thanks, Kendra, for doing this. I appreciate it.